All right. I'm going to call this episode number 2, I suppose. I am just about done shaping the second heart. So I'm going to put a montage of the time-lapse clips on after this little intro, and hopefully that all mashes together into an enjoyable sequence of watching that heart really come out of that redwood round. It's been really, really fun carving it. It's been really, really fun sort of shaping and seeing it evolve and kind of figuring out what wants to happen next as I go. It's really lighting me up, just being creative and productive, and sometimes I get slightly overwhelmed, and then I just kind of get back to what was the next step, and next step after next step after next step equals progress. And I'm really pleased with the progress. The next set of videos will be around building the archways. I got to cut down some sucker redwood trees and carve the bark off of those and get them into a stable structure that'll hold a 350, 400 pound redwood heart. And then build a second one of those and figure out how to connect those two together and figure out how to get the hearts hung on those. And that's all stuff to do in the future. But for now, here's this time lapse, and then the next set will be me building the archways with the redwood sucker tree logs. Alright, thanks you all for, watching, whoever's watching. I'm having fun with the journey. Take care. Okay, so here you can see I'm chainsawing the bulk off of the redwood round. In the end, the chainsaw definitely takes off the most material. It's also the most aggressive, and digging that chainsaw into the heart too far can wreck the whole thing. So I'm very gentle with that chainsaw, and as you can see here, I've already moved to a shaper just to shape the top of the heart. This is a grinder I'm using with a metal grinding wheel on it that does a good job of taking off material but also giving me the touch I need to continue to shape it and shape it and shape it and not be too aggressive and go too far and ruin the whole piece, really. So shaping here, and then eventually I flip it down on its side here, and that gets me a little bit more access. I chainsaw off some bigger chunks along the bottom, right? All of that shaping was the top, and now here I am kind of going after the bottom first steps. It's really fun to watch that sheet get in the way of that chainsaw. I know that makes me nervous just watching, but at the time I felt like I had it under control. So here I am shaping again. This is a lot of material taking off with the shaper, just little by little by little. And just seeing the heart form. You can see me every once in a while standing up and taking a look and assessing, and I can see where I need to go after next. And I really want it to look like a beautiful shaped heart. I don't want to kind of have it be just enough, if you will, right? So I'm really gonna take the time. You see here I flipped it over. I'm going after the other side now, trying to take off bulk with that chainsaw while not going too far. So I think I go just enough there, and then had to fill up with gas here. And then finish it off as much as I can get. That's really hard too, to shape the, with the chainsaw as a straight blade. So here I am back with the shaper, just going after it, seeing it, taking a step back, looking at it, seeing where bulk wants to come off. This is a very thick round, so I don't like the way that it looks without taking a lot of material off. It's too fat, bulbous of a heart, and I don't want that. I want a true shaped heart. So I continue to get the top in. I flip it over here. It's becoming a little bit more wieldy. At first it was just so heavy, But now I've taken off enough that I can start moving it and turning it, and really going after it with the shaper. This will be the last little bit here as I shape this side and continue to step back, continue to look at it. I'm really happy with the progress now. Now it's really looking like a heart, and I'm really starting to see those beautiful rings come through, and I'm getting really excited about how it's looking as far as the redwood rings and the redwood grain of the wood. Dreaming of being able to oil it and see it really pop. But for now, lots of shaping. I'm really look at that. It's really looking good. That heart is really coming out. I'm trying to really spend some time on that top to get it proportional, and we'll see how that comes out. Anyway, thanks you all. This has been great.